Whether you're looking to buy your first home or trying up to a larger one, there's lots of costs on top of the purchase price, and we just want to make sure you know what all of them are, or many of them are. The last thing that we were talking about is mortgage broker fees, and obviously if you're not getting a loan, you're not going to have that. But there are fees that are involved in that. And then the other fee that is involved when it comes to mortgages is that the state does have a tax on the mortgages. And so that's something that is an additional fee as well that you have to be aware of. Next is your moving costs. And you can hire a professional mover. You might just rent a truck. But when either way, you're probably going to have some costs in moving, whether you're just buying boxes or whatever you're doing. There are going to be additional costs that are involved in that. And then you come into maintenance fees. And it's not only maintenance fees, but now there are actually transfer fees is what they have from homeowners associations. Capital contributions is what they call a lot of them. What they do is they charge that to the buyer. And so it's a one-time fee that's charged to every buyer. So if you sell it next month, they're going to get it again.
Exactly.
But this has probably come up in the last 5 years. That's a whole new fee that is out there that are capital contributions. And this makes all of those homeowners associations very healthy. And when it comes to financial condo associations, healthy. The next thing is water quality and certification. And this comes in more if you've got a well, which there are several well properties in the Central Florida area. Everything isn't on public utilities. So if you are buying a property that does not have public utilities, this is something that you may want to pay attention to because you want to know what the quality of the water is. And it's the local improvements. And there might be improvements on the condo association, improvements on the homeowners association, something that there might be something special coming up. It might be some kind of a special, if you live in a gated community, for example, maybe they have to redo the roads. And if they haven't had that in the budget for the long time, then that might be something that you might have to have more money coming out of your pocket. So being aware of those things and checking it all out before you purchase is a big deal. And then number 13 is the land transfer tax. And the land transfer tax is applied whenever properties change. There are stamps on the deed, which in the Central Florida area is customarily paid for by the seller. But there are stamps on the mortgage, like we talked about earlier, that are actually paid for by the buyer. So that's a transfer tax that's imposed by the state as well, that is paid for by the buyer. And another thing that comes in is that is traditionally, or in Central Florida, is the title insurance is paid for by the seller traditionally, but the buyer may choose to pay it themselves. So that might be something that you have to be aware of as well. But if you are getting a loan, there is title insurance that the lender usually requires as well.